Hello everyone, today's Storypot would like to introduce a sweet and indulgent cultivation novel. Synopsis: I am a white peacock. After cultivating into human form, a disciple of the sword sect plucked all my feathers to weave a feather cloak for his junior sister. Wearing that cloak during the sect's tournament, she became the center of attention, like a fairy descended from heaven. She pointed her sword at me and reported to the sect master, "This white peacock is even more beautiful than I am. I fear it may disturb the hearts of the senior brothers. It would be better if I killed it." She performed a sword dance called Janke Wu. The sword sect disciples did not know that I was a spirit beast raised by the sect master. After the master emerged from 100 years of seclusion and saw that his beloved spirit beast had been completely plucked bare, his usually cold eyes instantly turned red. Chapter 1. The sword sect held its annual flying sword tournament. Junior sister Lin Ran descended from the sky wearing a feather cloak, immediately drawing the attention of all the senior brothers. They were astonished by her beauty and by the cloak she wore, woven from my feathers. My name is Ling Shi, a white peacock who has cultivated for 300 years. My feathers are extremely precious. Just one plume is enough to allow flight through the air. Lin Ran had been in the sword sect for 10 years, yet her sword riding skills were the worst in the sect. She couldn't fly more than a few zhang before falling, unlike the others who could easily soar over mountains. But now, dressed in a white silk robe woven from my feathers, she looked like a fairy. The sword beneath her feet was merely decoration. The true source of her flight was my feathers. She landed proudly, chin raised like a haughty peacock. The senior brothers praised her endlessly. "Junior sister is amazing. Junior sister is so beautiful." Lin Ran reveled in the attention. In this tournament, she became the center of attention and won first place. Sect Master Huai Shu, seated at the head, nodded approvingly. "Lin Ran, you've improved quickly. Tell me, what reward do you want?" Lin Ran stepped forward. "Master, I heard that senior brother once captured a white peacock and offered it to the sect. I would like that peacock. Please grant my wish." Huai Shu recalled the matter and ordered, "Jing Xing, bring the white peacock here." Chapter 2. Soon I was brought in a metal cage. Though I had 300 years of cultivation, I had still fallen victim to the sword sect disciples. The reason they could pluck me clean was because I had eaten a Xuanlian sacred seed. It could increase my cultivation by 100 years, but it was too powerful and required 3 months to fully digest. After consuming it, I became dizzy and hid in a nest to sleep. When I woke from the pain, all my feathers had been plucked, and I was locked in a cage. Even now, the sacred seed had not been fully absorbed. My body was weak. I needed another month of sleep to finish digesting it. Jing Xing released me. Lin Ran immediately stepped forward, sword pointed at me. "This white peacock is too beautiful. If it cultivates into human form, it will disrupt the Tao hearts of the senior brothers. It's better to kill it now." She smiled lightly. "Since Master has given it to me, I'll perform a Janke Wu today for everyone." The disciples cheered. "Junior sister's sword dance is unmatched. We're lucky to witness it today. This peacock won't live long anyway. Just kill it." "Maybe we can eat peacock meat tonight," Lin Ran said confidently. "Wait a moment. I'll kill it for you all. Tonight we feast on peacock meat." The sect master hesitated. "This peacock seems close to becoming a spirit. Perhaps spare it." "But master, its feathers are already gone. If we don't kill it, it may seek revenge later." She pleaded sweetly, and he relented. "Very well. I'll indulge you this once." Chapter 3. A fierce wind swept through. Lin Ran's white silk robe shattered into countless feathers that flew toward me. I transformed into human form, draped in the white robe. The sword sect disciples gasped at my beauty. This is a true fairy. The peacock has become a spirit. She looks like an immortal. Meanwhile, Lin Ran screamed. Her robe has shattered, revealing torn inner garments. She stood exposed before everyone. The sect master slammed the table in anger. Protect Ranner! The disciples formed a formation to kill me, but I was at a critical stage of digesting the sacred seed. Using power now could cause total failure, even fatal backlash. Just wait. Once I finish absorbing it, I'll deal with you all. I fled into the forest, escaping their pursuit. Chapter 4. 3 days later, Lin Ran led a group into the forest to hunt me down. Humiliated by what happened, she hated me deeply. Whoever kills the white peacock, she declared, I'll cook for them for a month. The senior brothers eagerly agreed. They searched until they found my cave. Lin Ran released her pet, a small green snake, into the cave. Moments later, it flew out, severed in two. Furious, she shouted, White peacock, I will not rest until you're dead. Another disciple suggested using poisonous herbs. They piled them at the cave entrance and set them ablaze. But the wind shifted, blowing the poison back. Lin Ran's hair caught fire and chaos broke out. Suddenly, a man appeared at the cave entrance, his back to them. He sneered. Sword sect disciples? How disappointing. Chapter 5. Inside the cave, I heard my master's voice, Han Jue. Relief surged through me. Lin Ran demanded he turn around. With a flick of his sleeve, icy winds struck her face repeatedly, leaving it swollen. The disciples attacked, but their swords suddenly turned against each other. Han Jue vanished and entered the cave. Seeing me in human form, he froze. Then joy filled his eyes. But when he noticed my missing feathers, his eyes turned blood red. Ling Shi, who did this to you? I pointed outside. His killing intent surged. Soon, chaos erupted outside as the disciples turned on one another under his control. Back in the cave, Han Jue helped me absorb the sacred seed. My cultivation rose by one realm. I instinctively crawled into his arms, seeking comfort. Master, they bullied me. He held me gently. I'll make them pay. Does it still hurt? Yes. He softly stroked my back. In the Western Sea, there's a coral called Jiang Coral. Its fruit can restore feathers quickly. I'll get it for you. I nodded, burying my head in his chest. Then he paused, ears reddening. Ling Xi, perhaps you should get off my lap. Chapter 6, I looked up, confused. Master, do you not like me anymore? That's not it. Facing my gaze, his face flushed. You've taken human form. It's different now. Different how? I wrapped my arms around his neck. Before, I had wanted to do this, but I only had claws. Now I could. Being held like this felt safe, warm. He exhaled and gently removed my arms. Men and women are different. I didn't fully understand, but I reluctantly let go. He patted my head. You're human now. I'll teach you how to live as one. I nodded. Let's go to the Western Sea. And so, we set off together. Ling Xi, I'm fine. Go outside first. Han Jue clearly had something on his mind, yet he had no intention of telling me. Take care, Master. I'll wait outside. If you need anything, just call me. I withdrew from the study. Han Jue sat cross-legged, circulating his energy to heal his injuries. I transformed back into a peacock and perched on the branch outside the window, watching him. Sweat gathered on his forehead in increasing amounts. Not only did his cultivation fail to heal him, he coughed up mouthful after mouthful of blood. The sword hanging on the wall trembled violently, as if it might break free at any moment. Even from the branch, I could feel the killing intent radiating from it. Han Jue murmured sword incantations under his breath, suppressing it. A bold thought crossed my mind. Could it be his sword wanted to kill its master? Had he suffered chi deviation during his training in the snow region? But that didn't make sense. When he returned, I had asked about his cultivation. He told me he was only one small step away from breaking through to the Sword Saint realm, the highest realm for sword cultivators. Chapter 13. Han Jue moved into the cave where he had once cultivated in seclusion to heal his injuries. I stood guard outside, occasionally dozing off, only to be jolted awake by the sound of him retching inside. The sword in the corner grew increasingly unstable, trembling as if beyond control. If this continued, I feared my master would vomit out all the blood in his body. I suddenly remembered the phoenix marrow herb in Baidiao Valley. Last time, Lan Yi had said that if I married him, he would offer its fruit as a betrothal gift. There was only one fruit on the tree, clearly something extremely precious. I paced anxiously outside the cave. Han Jue's complexion grew paler by the moment. I didn't know what illness afflicted him, but judging from how much blood he had lost, I knew he needed that herb. The phoenix marrow fruit could generate endless blood. No matter how much one lost, it would prevent death. If it could save my master, I was willing to do anything. After struggling with the decision, I finally resolved to find Lan Yi. In Baidiao Valley, Lan Yi was overjoyed to see me. I told him my intention. Last time, didn't you say you'd offer the phoenix marrow herb as a betrothal gift? Fine. I'll marry you. His eyes lit up. Really? I nodded. Yes, but you must give me the fruit first. After I let my master take it, I'll come back and marry you. All right, I'll take you to pick it now. He led me to the cave, plucked the fruit, and placed it in my palm. Your master is injured? I'll escort you back up the mountain. Better avoid that princess who likes shooting peacocks. I nodded. On the way, we saw two people searching through the bushes. We hid and listened. I can understand liking chicken eggs or duck eggs, but why does Her Highness insist on eating peacock eggs every day? What kind of strange habit is that? It wasn't like that before. Ever since she was poisoned during that hunt and saved, she's been craving peacock eggs daily. If she doesn't eat them, she loses her temper. They say she hates peacocks now, especially white ones. She's even ordered that any white peacock be killed on sight. From their conversation, I pieced things together. Lin Ran had survived the poisoning. Because of her hatred toward me, she now ate peacock eggs every day. These people had been sent to find them. She truly was stubborn. Wasn't being a princess enough? Why cling so obsessively to a single peacock? Lan Yi and I quietly returned to the mountain. Near the cave, I asked him to wait outside. I entered with the phoenix marrow fruit. Han Jue opened his eyes. I placed the fruit in his hand. Master, this is the phoenix marrow fruit. It can replenish blood. Eat it quickly. He looked at it. Where did you get this? Don't ask. Just eat it first. Lan Yi gave it to you? He had already guessed. Did you promise him something? I touched my nose, avoiding his gaze. Oh, no. Han Shui pressed the fruit back into my hand. I won't eat it. Return it to him. Master, you've lost so much blood. Please eat it. Did you promise to marry him? Yes. Ling Xi, don't marry him. He coughed up blood again. The sword beside him shook even more violently, as if ready to break free. Fine, I promise I won't marry him. I wiped the blood from his lips, heart aching. Master, what exactly is wrong with you? He pulled me into his arms as if giving up on resisting. Ling Xi, I never told you what kind of sword this is. What kind of sword? This is the emotionless sword. To wield it, one must sever all emotions and desires. He stroked my back, sighing softly. But recently, I've fallen in love. Chapter 14. In love? I lifted my head to look at him. He lowered his gaze to meet mine. In that instant, something flowed silently between us. Ling Xi, he said slowly. Since you took human form, my feelings toward you have changed. You are no longer just my spirit beast. Humans can restrain their instincts, but not the surge of love. If one who cultivates the emotionless sword falls in love, the sword will turn against its master. There is only a 1% chance of survival. 1%. Even if he survived, wouldn't 300 years of cultivation be wasted? I shook my head. No, don't do this. Even if I fail, I have no regrets. He placed a gentle kiss on my forehead. The emotionless sword shot from its sheath, flying toward him. Han Jue pushed me away. The sword pierced straight through his chest. Blood spilled from his lips. Han Jue! I rushed toward him. Blood soaked his robes. I wanted to embrace him, but the sword blocked me. He endured the pain, pulled the sword out, and held me tightly. I clung to him, sobbing. Han Jue, why are you so foolish? I won't allow you to die. He wiped my tears gently. Good girl, don't cry. The sword struck again, piercing through his back. His blood drenched me. Master, it's my fault. I shouldn't have taken human form. I shouldn't have made you fall in love. Please, stop liking me. I just want you to live. Ling Xi, go outside. Be good. He pushed me out of the cave. Lan Yi, take Ling Xi away. Lan Yi entered and dragged me out. Han Jue raised a barrier at the cave entrance. Inside, the sword struck him again and again. I pounded on the barrier, but it wouldn't break. I watched helplessly as the sword stabbed into him over and over. Don't look, Lan Yi sighed, covering my eyes. To kill its master, the emotionless sword must strike 99 times. The chance of survival is extremely low, unless he willingly severs his love for you. 99? My body went cold. Han Jue, are you insane? Make it stop! Inside, he coughed blood and said, Lan Yi, take her away. If she stays, I won't endure all 99 strikes. Lan Yi struck my pressure point. Darkness took me. When I woke, I was leaning against the white feathered tree outside the cave. The petals had fallen overnight. Ling Xi, my condolences. My legs gave way. I didn't believe it. Han Juor had 300 years of cultivation. He was on the verge of becoming a sword saint. How could he die like this? Step by step, I approached the cave. There he lay in a pool of blood. His body was riddled with sword wounds, so many there was no space left. The final strike had pierced his throat. The sword still remained there. The phoenix marrow fruit lay beside him. If he had reached out, he could have taken it. But he didn't. Perhaps he knew it wouldn't save him. Or perhaps he simply didn't want me to owe Lan Yi, didn't want me to marry him. I collapsed and crawled toward him, praying he might still have the strength to hold my hand. But his palm was cold. No warmth remained, no breath remained. He hadn't even had the chance to say goodbye. I held his body and cried until my voice broke. Han Jue, if I could go back, I would remain a peacock forever, silently by your side. It was my fault. I destroyed his 300 years of cultivation. I took his life. Chapter 15. Han Jue was dead. There was no saving him. I returned the phoenix marrow fruit to Lan Yi and refused to marry him. I buried Han Ju beneath a white feathered tree on the mountain peak and built a nest there, guarding his grave. After his death, time slowed unbearably. When he once secluded himself for 100 years, it had felt like a fleeting moment. Now, each day stretched endlessly. Seasons passed. I heard that Lin Ron had died. She had eaten peacock eggs daily, nearly wiping them out in Lin Kingdom. Someone secretly mixed a snake egg among them. After eating it, she was poisoned to death. During her funeral, hundreds of snakes blocked the procession, devouring her corpse until only bones remained. Jingxing appeared afterward, collected her remains and buried them in a secluded valley. On her tombstone, he carved, "Grave of my wife, Galin Ran." He smiled, satisfied and mad. "Ran Ran, in the end you belong only to me." Time passed. Lan Yi visited me often at first, but I told him not to come again. Han Jue was gone. So was my heart. Years later, I often dreamed of him. Spring came again. I slept on the white-feathered tree, blossoms falling like snow. In my dream, Han Jue called my name. "Ling Shi, wake up." I saw him walking toward me in the light. I didn't want to wake. Even meeting him in dreams was enough. When I finally opened my eyes, dusk painted the sky red. Loneliness engulfed me. I suddenly remembered my dream and dug up his grave. There was no body. Only the jade pendant from his waist remained, not even a trace of bone. Why was fate so cruel? Why wouldn't it even leave me his remains? Chapter 16. Tears streamed down my face. A warm breeze brushed past. "Ling Xi, don't be sad." I looked up. In the glowing sunset, Han Jue stepped out from the tree, light surrounding him. I rubbed my eyes, thinking I was imagining things, but he came closer, pulled me up and embraced me. "I'm back." I clung to him, crying with joy. "You didn't die. Am I dreaming?" I died, but returned to my true form. His body had been absorbed by the tree. Over 10 years, his soul had reformed. His true form was a 1,000-year-old spirit tree. This white-feathered tree had another name, the peacock tree. Suddenly, memories surfaced. I had once lived in a warm forest, perched on a towering tree with blossoms like feathers. That tree was him. We had known each other all along. He held me tightly and kissed me. This was eternity, 1 through 99 sword strikes. From then on, the white peacock lived upon the peacock tree, never to be separated again. He continued teaching me, but now I no longer needed to keep my distance. I could curl freely in his arms, and he no longer restrained his love. At night, we slept together. "Are you cold?" he asked softly. "Not cold. It's warm." Curtains fell, hiding the spring within. Years later, a rumor spread. The imperial jade seal of Ye Kingdom had shattered. The emperor offered a reward. He wanted the saliva of a white peacock to repair it. Han Jue scoffed. "It's fake." "Why?" "The real imperial jade seal cannot break." He told me he had once seen it. It had already gained sentience. Bored of being a seal, it created a fake to replace itself and slipped away. Later, it took human form and became a crown princess named Yu Shi. The crown prince, however, wished to divorce her for a courtesan. He once drunkenly declared, "The day I ascend the throne is the day Yu Shi is torn apart by 5 horses." The emperor immediately deposed him. "Fool! Offend Yu Shi, and even my throne would be lost." Only then did the prince realize his crown princess was the imperial jade seal itself.